From Caterpillars to Butterflies, episode 32, How to Bust Through Your Limiting Beliefs.
Welcome to the From Caterpillars to Butterflies Personal Growth Podcast. Just like the caterpillar is destined to become a butterfly, you too are designed for a beautiful transformation. This is where you go to grow and transform your life. And now, here's your host, Certified Life Coach, Charlene Dior.
Hey, this is Charlene, your host of the From Caterpillars to Butterflies Personal Growth Podcast, where we talk about all things personal growth. If it can help you grow, we will likely be covering it right here. And today we're talking about limiting beliefs. There's a lot of talk about limiting beliefs and really more broadly around mindset, which I think limiting beliefs are one of the biggest deterrents to having a healthy, positive mindset about yourself. But I think that what I've always thought, as much as I hear about limiting beliefs and mindset, is that if someone knew that their mindset was holding them back, or if someone knew that they had a limiting belief, they would probably be working on it. I think that a lot of people just don't know that they have a mindset problem or that they have a limiting belief problem. So I wanted to dedicate this episode to talking a little bit more about what limiting beliefs are exactly, how you can identify if you have one, and what you can do about it if you do, in fact, have limiting beliefs. So a limiting belief is a belief that limits you. It holds you back from what you would otherwise be doing. I saw this quote, I don't know who said it in my research, but it says that the only thing limiting us in life is our belief that there are limits. The only thing limiting you in your life is the belief that there are limits. Limiting beliefs prevent you from even taking action, because when we don't believe something is possible for us, then we have an attitude of what's the use? Let me just save the effort or save the heartache or save my time or save my money. It's not possible for me anyway, so I'm not even going to try. Or if you do try, then when you come up against an obstacle, notice I said when, because everyone comes up against an obstacle, but when you come up against the inevitable obstacle towards whatever you're trying to achieve, you're going to throw your hands up and say, you see, I knew it wasn't possible. I knew it wasn't for me. I knew it wasn't capable. So your limiting beliefs prevent you from taking action or from having resilience and perseverance when you do take action and you're faced with the inevitable obstacle. So you can kind of see how that is important to address when you have big goals for yourself, when you have big dreams for yourself. And I saw a quote from Greg Braden that said, all it takes is one person in any generation to heal a family's limiting belief. So it's even bigger than you, which I think is amazing, because a lot of the times the limiting beliefs that we have are because of what we see or don't see in our environment. And so if we keep living in the same environment, then our children are going to see what we saw, and they're not going to see what we didn't see. And so then they will have their own limiting beliefs as a result of their environment, which will match our limiting beliefs for our environment. But all it takes is one person, which could be you, that could stop that could heal your entire family and future generations' limiting beliefs. And that's pretty amazing. So let's get into exactly what a limiting belief is. How do you know if you have a limiting belief? I'm going to ask you a couple questions. One, what are some things that you want for your life that you don't currently have? What are some things that you want for your life that you don't currently have? The second question is why? Why do you not have those things in your life that you just said you wanted to have? If you need some more time to answer these questions, just press pause and then come back. But what do you want in your life that you don't currently have, and why is it that you don't have it? Now, if your answer to why you don't have what you say you want is anything other than because of you, because of time, or perhaps because of God, then it is very likely that you have a limiting belief. Now, I say God because I am fully aware that there are some things that we just don't have any control over whatsoever. There could be some sicknesses or diseases that we were born with, or that we created over time, or that were created in our body over time, that we just don't have any control over. Okay, so I say God for the times and the places where things just, you were just born a certain way and you really can't control it. Okay, I say time because I wrote a blog post about this a few days ago. Time needs time to do its perfect work. A lot of times I see people who are trying to achieve something for themselves in their lives or start a business, and they get so flustered and so frustrated and so desperate, but it's like, look, you just need more time. Okay? Time is an ingredient that is a part of how you achieve success. So if you said time, then that's great. It's a great answer. If you said yourself, it's also a great answer. If you said, I haven't done what I could be doing, then that's an empowering answer. Okay? But if you have said anything that has nothing to do with you, with time, or with God, you likely answered with a limiting belief. So let's have an example. If you said that what you would like to have in your life is a body that is 50 pounds lighter, and then when I said, why don't you have that? Your answer was, because I just went through menopause. My hormones are out of balance. It's hard to lose weight once you've gone through menopause. And my grandmama was big and my mama was big. So it's really just kind of hereditary, right? That's a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief that has nothing to do with you. If you said that you wanted to lose 50 pounds and I said, well, why haven't you done it yet? And you were like, well, look, I'm working on it. I've been eating right and exercising for the past month. I just need more time. I just need to be consistent for more time. Then that is an empowering answer. Limiting beliefs disempower you. They take away your power because you've given it to someone else. You've given it to hormones. You've given hormones your problem, right? Or you've given it to heredity. You gave your grandmama your problem. Empowering beliefs are beliefs that put you in the driver's seat of your own life. But can you see how someone who might be saying that they can't lose 50 pounds because they've gone through menopause and being overweight runs in their family is holding themselves back? Can you see that person, if they do try, they're not going to try hard. They're not going to go for it hard. Because in the back of their mind, they don't think it's possible. And it's very difficult to work towards something you don't think is possible. That's why mindset is such a big thing, because what you don't believe is possible will forever hold you back. And sometimes you might get up and try to prove yourself wrong. This is possible. But if you just, in the back of your mind, you just can't let the thought go that it's not possible, you're going to have a really hard time accomplishing those goals. So your limiting beliefs are beliefs that have nothing to do with you. They are beliefs that heredity or hormones or race or your environment, that you were born in the hood. It's anything outside yourself that prevents you from achieving what you want to achieve. They are limiting you. And again, I think a lot of people don't realize that they have limiting beliefs because they're beliefs. Beliefs are so super strong. They're so ingrained in us. It's not that it's optional. It's not that I might believe it. You have a very strong affinity to what you believe. That's why talks about religion and politics can go haywire really quickly, because you can't threaten people's beliefs. Because they're so strong, they're so ingrained in us. So you might not realize that your belief system is holding you back. But when you think about what you want, and you think about why it hasn't happened for you, and if you don't name yourself, that you haven't been consistent, that you haven't put in enough effort, that you haven't really tried, if you don't name time, that I've been consistent, I've been going hard, I just haven't been doing it long enough. Or in some situations, if it's just an act of nature or God, some people struggle with certain things, maybe fertility or health issues that really is just outside of themselves. We can acknowledge that. But if you haven't named one of those three things, you've got to evolve your belief system, because it's holding you back. And if it's holding you back, it's a good chance it's holding your family back. It's a good chance that your entire family shares at least a thread of those limiting beliefs. Challenging your limiting beliefs is important for you and your family. How do you do that? I have an exercise that I call Belief Busters. Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Belief Busters. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's an exercise that will support you in busting your beliefs. So I took a course, workshop. It was The Living Leader. TheLivingLeader.com is the website. And one of the principles that they taught in this workshop was how we start to develop these limiting beliefs. And so they gave the example of a table. So if you have a tabletop with no legs, the table has nothing to stand on. And that's how we start off with. We don't have all these limiting beliefs and disempowering thoughts about ourselves or about life or about possibilities. But then something happens, or we see something happen. And then we get a leg underneath our tabletop, right? You could have tried out for something and you didn't make the team, and someone told you that you didn't make the team because you're stupid, right? So now you've got a leg underneath your tabletop about what you're capable of. And then maybe something else happened. You tried out for the team again, or you tried to get into your favorite college and you got rejected again. And then you're like, yeah, man, I never ever get what I want. This stuff never happens for me. And so now you got a second leg underneath your table, which is fine because the table really can't stand on two legs yet. And then something else happens. You're exposed to something else. You have another example, and now you have a third leg. And your table can stand. It's a little wobbly, but your table can now stand. And then you get the fourth leg, something yet again happens, and so now your table, your limiting belief table, has 4 legs. It is sturdy, it is strong, and it is holding you back. So when I tell people to bust through their beliefs, I tell them to find 4 examples. You need 4 legs at least. So what you want to do is to go back to all the things in your life that you said that you wanted, and the times where you answered anything that has anything to do with anything or anybody other than you, God, and time. You want to go back and find out what that was. Make note of those. If, back to the weight loss example, you said you can't lose 50 pounds because you just went through menopause, then you want to find 4 examples of women who have lost 50 pounds or more after they've gone through menopause. You want to find 4 examples that prove that your limiting belief just isn't true. If you say people from the hood can't make money legit, you want to go find at least 4 people who've gotten out of the hood. And you really want to be as specific as you can. Because if it's your hood, it's even more empowering that 4 people at least have gotten out of my hood and made money. So you want to go and look for proof points that bust through your own limiting beliefs. And in this day and age with the internet, it's so easy. You can find anything, anywhere. So take your limiting beliefs and find proof points for why they're simply not true. And you want to write them down or take, if they have pictures online, grab their pictures. Don't publish them nowhere, but grab their pictures. And so you want to have your belief buster file or sheet of paper or whatever, however much you need. And you want to spend some time in the beginning daily busting your belief. This woman did it. This man did it. Oh, this woman here did it too. Right? And you want to spend some time busting your belief, reprogramming your mind about what's possible by studying the proof points that you find. And then you want to keep it, because when the moments when your limiting belief is starting to bubble back up, then you want to be able to pull out your reference, pull out your proof point and go back over it and remind yourself, this is possible. This is not a crazy dream. It's possible. It's been done before. It can be done again, and it will be done again by me. What if you have a limiting belief about your own ability, that you can't do anything? So you can't go find some random person online because your limiting beliefs are about you, not about hormones. Then you want to really spend some time focusing on the times where you were successful. Because I don't care how many times you've screwed up, you've done some things right. I don't care how many times you've been told no, you've been turned down, you have also been chosen. So you want to go and find those times when you have been chosen. And if you need some help, ask someone in your family or in your life to help you remember, to jog your memory, or just to tell you why you don't suck or why you're not stupid. Maybe you need someone to affirm into you who knows you and believes in you. That's how you can bust your limiting beliefs. You find proof points that make it just untrue. It's just simply not true that women who have gone through menopause cannot lose 50 pounds. It's just not true. Okay, so you want to find things that just let you know it's simply not true. And then you want to spend some time programming it into your mind daily in the beginning as you're really trying to do the work. And then over time, as needed, the moments where you start to feel like, man, what was I thinking? Pull out your proof point, pull out your reference point. So those are what limiting beliefs are. That is how they hold you back. That is how you can tell if you have them limiting your life. And that is also how you can bust right through them. I hope that was helpful to you. To knowmyself.com defines a limiting belief as a false belief that a person acquires as a result of making an incorrect conclusion about something in life. So limiting beliefs are incorrect conclusion. Women over 50 or women going through menopause can't lose 50 pounds. Louise Hay said, if you accept a limiting belief, then it will become true for you. So limiting beliefs are only true if and when we accept them. And so likewise, the moment you decide to reject a limiting belief, it is no longer true for you. So busting through your limiting belief marks them as no longer true for you. Even if they've been true for you for the past 20 years, if you make a decision to reject them, they are no longer true for you. So it's time to let go of those limiting beliefs and develop empowering beliefs. And empowering beliefs are just the opposite. And that is another exercise that you can take on. Go through the limiting beliefs that you've identified and write one that is more empowering. Write one that is more empowering. That's what I have for you today. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, grow on purpose.
Thanks for listening to the From Caterpillars to Butterflies podcast, your one-stop shop for all things personal growth. For today's show notes and even more tools and resources to help you transform the life you have into the life you love, go to www.fromcaterpillarstobutterflies.com.